I don't agree with her on that. I don't think there is a mandate. Last year at the Scottish elections, Nicola Sturgeon said that the SNP set themselves the target of achieving what they did in 2011 when there was then a referendum, which was a SNP majority in the Scottish Parliament. They didn't receive that. Nicola Sturgeon went into a TV debate during that election and was asked, if you don't support independence, should you still vote for her? And she said yes. So she's now using people who don't support independence, using their votes to argue that there's a mandate. And I come back to what I said at the start, Julia. At the moment, there is not public support for another independence referendum. People want us as MSPs, as MPs, to concentrate on the issues that are affecting them in their everyday lives. I represent the Highlands and Islands, where we've got a huge problem with the ferry service. People can't get on and off their islands. And these are the issues that people, contact me about. And that's why they want to see the SNP governing. Instead, what we saw yesterday was the SNP revealed as a single issue party. They are obsessed with independence.
And she said that if they do not get that referendum in the next general election expected to be 2024, they will basically campaign on the single issue of a mandate to hold a second referendum. Although she actually said they would regard that as the second referendum. I mean, constitutionally, sorry, that's not how it flies. What did you make of the surprise aspect of the announcement yesterday? This move to refer effectively herself to the Supreme Court in an attempt to force that second vote. She admitted that a referendum would only be, advisory, not legally binding, and would not therefore be recognised. And she wants a legal ruling from the highest court in the UK on whether or not it would be legally binding. Realistically, she's going to lose that case, isn't she?
Well, I think, that everyone accepts that the arguments that she has to make to have a legally binding referendum are really difficult. And there's always been a question mark over whether the Scottish Parliament by itself can legislate for another independence referendum, because the Constitution and the Union is reserved power to the Westminster Parliament. And that was always going to, I think, end up in court somehow. What she's done yesterday is try and preempt that by having the legal case before introducing the referendum bill into the Parliament, rather than introducing the referendum bill and then having a legal case afterwards. But ultimately, whatever happens, by making the next general election, a UK-wide election, an issue, a single issue election, a referendum, as she says, on independence, it's completely laughable.
OK, well, we shall see what happens. Really good to talk to you, Donald Cameron, Conservative MSP. Thank you for that. Benedict Spence has been joining me this morning. Do you think she's going to win the Supreme Court case? Do you think she's going to get a referendum? And would she win it?
I think she wouldn't win a referendum. I couldn't say whether or not she's going to get it, but I suspect there will be one sooner or later. Even if Boris Johnson is saying no, I'm sure at some point, we are going to get a Labour government, and I think that they probably would say yes.
Does she secretly really not want one, though? She wants to have the battle, doesn't she? Doesn't want to actually have it, because then she has to take responsibility.
It's the drama she loves.
That's drama. Well, yeah, it's very uniting, isn't it, for the SNP, isn't it?